In the heart of winter, we pause. Not for anything big or showy, but something small and glowing. This is how we celebrate St. John's Day in our home. A midwinter festival tucked into our rhythm, made for toddlers, made for warmth. St. John's Day is a Waldorf festival that marks a special place in the year's rhythm. In the Northern Hemisphere, it falls near midsummer, but for us here in the South, it becomes a midwinter festival, a chance to kindle the inner flame when the days are cold and the world feels quiet. The festival is filled with golden light, courage, warmth, and the idea of transformation, facing what's hard and softening it. But for a toddler, it doesn't need to be explained. They feel it. They feel the rhythm of the year through our gestures, the meals we share, the colours we wear, the stories we repeat. We don't need elaborate decorations or deep symbolism, just time, presents, and maybe some golden bread. I started with a flatbread dough, made with warm water steeped in saffron and turmeric to bring in the colour of firelight. It's a simple recipe, soft and forgiving, just flour, butter, a pinch of salt and that golden water. I kneaded it gently and let it rest for a few hours while we moved through our morning. Later I rolled it thin and cooked each round on a hot skillet until golden bubbles appeared. This kind of bread doesn't last long in our house, and that's part of the magic. Not everything is made to be kept. While the dough rested, I began the tagine, a warming stew of rump steak, chickpeas, carrots and dried apricots to add some golden colour. I added in onion, garlic, warming spices, turmeric, cinnamon, sweet paprika in the form of a mixed blend called rasau hunut. It's a gentle heat, not too much for little mouths. I added the carrots and the apricots in as well. In went bone broth, chickpeas, some tinned tomatoes. The apricots in there are golden jewels that melt into sweetness as they cook. Finally, I added in the rump steak before I'm ready to cook. I sealed the lid and let the pressure cook do its quiet work. It's a dish that feels slow even when it's fast. Couscous doesn't always sit well with everyone, so we use millet, soaked in bone broth for a few hours to ease digestion. Once it has swelled and softened, I steamed it gently until tender, then fluffed it with a fork. A drizzle of butter and a little salt, and it was ready to catch the tagine's juices. It's soft and golden like something's lit from within. I like to add a little lemon rind to mine for flavour. It pairs so well with the chicken broth. For dessert, a simple cobbler. I used tin peaches and sliced apples. Their colours already warm, and they cooked in a base of a little maple syrup, cinnamon and lemon. I topped them with soft dough made with flour, butter, a splash of milk and just an egg yolk for richness and that golden glow. Once I'd added a little corn flour to the base and topped with the topping, I popped it into the oven until bubbling and golden. Later we poured warm golden custard over the top and watched it sink into the fruit. In the Christian faith, St. John's Day honours St. John the Baptist, the one who came before Christ, preparing the way with a message of repentance, courage and truth. He's often seen as a light bearer, standing boldly in the wilderness. And in the Waldorf tradition, this festival becomes a chance to reflect that theme in our own lives, a time to notice the inner light, the quiet courage we each carry. In the Southern Hemisphere, this falls in Midwinter, when the days are short and cold, and it becomes a moment to gently kindle our inner fire, not just with candles, but with warmth, golden food, and meaningful presence with one another. In Waldorf and other Christian-inspired seasonal rhythms, St. John's Day is also a turning point. It reminds us that light will return and that in the meantime we can carry it within ourselves, in simple ways, especially with young children. You may also hear of dragons in these celebrations, a symbol of the parts of us that feel big or wild or hard to manage. Through stories and simple rituals, the tradition invites us to gently meet those inner dragons and bring love and will to tame them. But for little ones, none of that needs explaining just yet. The gestures we make, the colour of the food, the flicker of the candle, and the way we slow down together carry the message quietly. My toddler doesn't need to know about St. John or dragons or inner fire. What he needs is rhythm. The sense that this day is special, not because of anything grand, but because we stopped, we cooked, we lit a candle, and that too is bravery. We brought everything to the table: the glowing flatbreads, the soft millet, the golden tagine, the warm cobbler, and a little dish of yogurt with pickled lemons. There were no garlands, no capes or costumes, just a flickering candle and some golden light from the oven. My toddler sat with wide eyes, waiting to tear into a flatbread still warm from the pan. And in that moment I remembered what the Waldorf approach teaches us again and again: that celebration doesn't need to be extravagant, it just needs to be felt. And toddlers feel this through the ordinary, through hands and dough, through the sound of cooking, through the glow of the table set with care. This is why we celebrate, not to impress, but to anchor, to root our children in something quiet, seasonal, and real. In the heart of winter we pause, we let the golden food speak, we let the candle flicker, and we remind ourselves that even in the darkest season, we carry warmth within us. Happy Midwinter. If you loved this glimpse into our St. John's Day celebration, I'd love to share more with you. You can find all the full recipe details from this video on the blog. Perfect if you'd like to bring a little golden warmth into your own midwinter table. And if you're craving more rhythm and intention in your week, download my free PDF, Tips for Crafting Your Own Weekly Flow. It's a gentle starting point for bringing more calm and connection into family life. You'll also find my full ebook, The Family Flow Starter Kit, which goes deeper into creating a home rhythm that really works, especially with little ones underfoot. Everything is linked below and on the blog. I'm so glad you're here. See you next week, friends.